What is going on with the consulates? Are they open? Are they closed? Are they issuing visas? Are they processing visas? Which visas are they dealing with? Which ones are they not dealing with? That is the question that I'm going to answer today. The question comes from Sally, who's in our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group where we discuss visa delays, 221G, administrative processing. We talk about these issues and we talk about solutions. She's in that group. She asked the question, any idea if the embassies are closed? Are they still issuing spousal visas? We had 51 comments. Everybody wants to know the same thing. What is going on with the consulates? Are they open? Are they closed? When are they going to open? When are they going to process the visas? What's happening? If you don't know me, my name is Josh Goldstein. I'm an immigration lawyer here in Los Angeles, California. I help people across the country and around the world with all sorts of immigration cases, but I'm particularly passionate about helping people who have immigration cases that are stuck. You apply for citizenship, you're not getting any answer. You go to the consulate seeking a visa, the consulate tells you to wait in administrative processing for years, for months, for weeks. You deserve an answer, but you can't get one because everything is delayed. And these delays were happening before the pandemic, and now with the pandemic, that's just an additional factor. So let me give you my best answer. Here's a bunch of answers here. The one in Guatemala is issuing visas, but they're only if they're exempt from the proclamation and so on. My husband is waiting at his interview in Casablanca. Everybody's waiting, and everybody's offering their opinion. And I'll tell you what my opinion is. First of all, I do not care what the consulate says about the status on their website. Each of the consulates has some language on their websites where they talk about whether they're open or whether they're closed or what their processing information is, and that changes from time to time. But I don't think it's particularly helpful or relevant. I help people whose visas are stuck in administrative processing, and I do that by filing mandamus lawsuits, and I file a lot of lawsuits. I file lawsuits every week against consulates all over the world. Islamabad, Casablanca, Khartoum, Amman, Jordan, Jerusalem, South Africa, London, Juarez, you name it, we sue them. And we do it to help people whose visas are delayed. You apply for your husband or your wife or your fiance or your son or daughter or your mother or father, all these family members and non-immigrant visas too. These things are so important. And, you know, the immigration laws in the United States give you rights. There are forms, there are procedures. This is all laid out in the law and on regulation. And when the consulates get your case, they have a mandatory legal obligation to make a decision within a reasonable period of time. They have to. And the way that I help people whose visas are delayed is by filing a mandamus lawsuit. The reason I file mandamus lawsuits is that it's incredibly effective and it helps people get their visas issued. I've been doing this for a long time, and I filed countless lawsuits against consulates and USCIS and the State Department, and it works. Now, during the coronavirus, it still works. It just takes a little bit longer. It might take you, if before the coronavirus, I might be able to get a visa issued within maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 months. During the pandemic, it might take 4 months or 5 months or even 6 months. But the visas are getting issued. And the visas that I work on, that I file mandamus lawsuits for, they're getting issued by consulates that say that they're not open. So whether the consulate says it's open or not, I think is irrelevant. I've had cases where the consulate is wide open and the consulate's not issuing the visa. And I've had consulates that are closed and they do issue the visa. So your legal rights And you have a legal right to a visa within a reasonable period of time. They have to make a final decision. And what the consulate, the language it puts on its website, is utterly irrelevant. You go to court, you sue them, and you force them to make a decision. That's how you get these cases resolved. A lot of times people say, well, I'm not going to file a mandamus lawsuit now. I'm just going to wait for the consulate to reopen. What if the consulate never reopens? The consulates have been closed for a long time. Donald Trump is going to be president until January of 2021 or January of 2025. And he holds immigrants in contempt. He has no interest whatsoever in issuing visas to immigrants. And the pandemic is just one more reason that he can use to delay and deny people's visas, to delay them. And so I don't buy it. Whether the consulate says it's open or not, I don't care one bit about that. I still sue them. I still demand an answer. And I still get cases resolved, even if the consulate says it's closed. So I think focusing on whether the consulate says it's open or not is misguided line of inquiry. I don't think it's helpful. And I don't think you should think about that either. You should think about it this way. You have legal rights. You can assert them in court. Mandamus is an effective solution. It might take you a couple extra months to get your visa issued during the pandemic, but you can do it. And don't let anyone tell you that you have to rely to the language, some boilerplate language that's in an email or on SEAC or on the website. That doesn't matter at all. You have to fight to get your visa. No one's going to give you the visa without a fight. And if you're determined to get your visa issued, then come at me and message me, and I would love to help you. I am passionate about helping people and families who've been suffering in visa delays, and I would be grateful for an opportunity to help you too. That's my answer. I hope that helps, and don't give up hope. Okay.